Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So we have just recently had the Squadron 42 monthly report. We have had a bit of a dry spell with the holidays, so I'm very happy to get into something. What the monthly report is it goes through all the information and the progress that CIG have made on Squadron 42 this last month. So kicking it off with AI, in FPS combat, the defend area assignment was introduced. This also added behaviours to improve combat and patrol to work with this assignment. New behaviours and functionality have been added to support stealth gameplay, plus some new audible and visual stimuli have been added to allow players to draw the guard's attention, preparing traps, and basically opening blocked paths. Things like throwing a stone, for example, will distract them. They've also continued to work on the bartender in Lawville, expanding the usable functionalities. What that means is things that this bartender can interact with, things like a mop, a glass, a beer pump, those sort of things. So for animation, they are working on finalising the Armourer character for Squadron 42. This sounds like the guy that was on board the Idris, handing out weapons. For character art, they have polished the Van Duel armour and concentrated on the Navy Gunner outfit. I think we've seen the Navy Gunner outfit on the roadmap for Squadron 42. In cinematics, they're ensuring that each scene functions as it should from start to finish. And they do say they've also worked on a pivotal scene featuring a key character not yet revealed. No idea who that could be. For engineering, they've worked on a system which limits how far players can turn their heads independently from their bodies, depending on what armour they are wearing. For example, heavy armour will restrict the range, and this sounds good. It's to do with the aiming down sights, maybe moving your head freely from your body. It makes sense that if you're wearing heavy armour, you won't be able to turn your head as far as you would wearing no armour. Also, pickup and carrying of items was finished, which includes interacting with things in EVA. Hopefully that is much smoother and less jerky than it has been. Work continues on the female character, ensuring that she can reach all the ship controls without having to recreate all the new animation sets. Also, a Tannoy style system has been introduced to pump audio out around the environment, whether that's a single ship hangar or maybe a global ship-wide announcement. This, I think, will be great. Hopefully, calling up the engineering department and chatting to them from the bridge. Hopefully, it's something along those lines. I can't wait to get that in the PU. It's going to be very useful when trying to multi-crew big ships. And finally, for engineering, they have tweaked ship behaviour using this new IFCS to just get more robust dogfighting in-game. Now, the environment art have been using the new hard shader or hard surface shader for wear and tear. This enables a more realistic appearance of localized damage without a jarring transition between pristine to worn areas. Lighting is focused on the Javelin, making one key light do all the work, which they say looks great and is less demanding, so that will probably roll out to many of the other ships. The Shuben station itself, the Shuben mining base, this gains some more detail. They focus a lot on the Shuben mining station bridge, they say, which is apparently 3 times the size of the Bengal Carrier's bridge. For graphics, this new hard surface shader was rolled out. Should improve performance as well. This allows new surface shading features and enables a more dynamic wear and dirt effect. For props, the team have created additional sub-items used by engineering crew and the storage cases to house them. Now, I'm hoping this is similar storage that we will get when it comes to holding spare subcomponents. Part of the engineering gameplay, if your component dies, you could replace the full component, or you could take a subcomponent out of it, a bit like a fuse that has a benefit, and then replace it. So it might be a way of storing them around your ship. For system design, they have integrated the new flight model into the enemy ship AI, as mentioned before. They are making sure that they will still be engaging and balanced. But they're also working on ways to alter the behaviour of the AI pilots, as they tend to just go straight to a jousting method. For tech animation, they have progressed with a new batch of transfers of the male animations to the female skeleton. The female character can now run and gun like normal, just needs a little bit further polish. For tech art, they're currently figuring out the DNA gene pool requirements for the new customizer, ensuring that they get the most diversity, using as many characters with different facial features or skin colours as much as possible. The planned release will initially use as many of these as possible from the selection scanned, but no numbers were given, and I have no idea if they're going to use my face or not either. For UI, they have worked out some improvements of how the augmented reality mission objectives are displayed to the player, so mission markers, those sort of things. They're working also on an area map feature using systems from when the location was created to help the player navigate, and also this map will get more defined as the player traverses the environment for the first time, and that's going to be very useful. We have nothing on the ground to tell us where to go. Very useful in landing zones if we get the option to have them there. For the vehicle features, the team has spent some time working on vehicle scanning improvements. This is the groundwork to allow ships to target ship engines or particular areas. The engine targeting has now been completed, but it also allows for scanning nav points for destination information. That has also been completed and is now ready for implementation. Finally, for visual effects, they have continued to iterate on lighting effects, creating a much finer detail effect with much less cost. They've developed a tool to help artists create these VDBs, which are kind of like your gas cloud sort of volumetric areas, quickly and with more control, which is great news. And also thrusters are getting improved. They're now gaining new effects and functionality like damage, overheat and misfire options. And finally, R&D for a Zhan missile launcher has kicked off. Now, to finish off this post, they did have an image of the new Titan armor concept, which does look pretty cool. Cannot wait to take it into the wild. It wasn't anything that I would have thought it would look like, but yeah, that's the image right there. Anyway, that was the Squadron 42 monthly report, guys. Let me know what you found the most interesting or most exciting. Big thank you to my patrons. If you want to support my channel even further, please follow the link below in the description to my Patreon page. Follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.